Whoa, it's Wulzy. I'm on my alt account DanZwomeN again. Welcome back to the co-op building series Level Swap. Today I've got Dominus with me. Say hi, Dominus.
Hi.
This is Level Swap. Dominus and I are both going to start brand new levels, but every 20 minutes we must pass our levels over to each other until we've had 3 turns building on each level, which is 6 total time slots. The end goal is to make a functional part of a level. In our building time, we're both going to split up and record individually, so make sure you watch the other side if you want to see their perspective too. And yeah, is there anything you have to say before we start?
Check out my Newgrounds.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I wish you the best of luck, Dominus. I'm starting the timer in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. For this level swap, I'm going to be using Again I Woke to Yesterday by Laps, and I'm using a pretty upbeat part of the song, which I haven't really been doing much in any levels lately, so I thought I'd spice it up here. And Dominus is pretty talented at working with different moods and vibes and stuff, so I'm hoping that this is going to give him enough energy to make something insane. I've made a tiny little staircase drop down. There's a yellow pad with a speed changer that's going to send you right into the action like that. I kind of like the idea of working with a lot of square objects in this episode, so we can get that bitty look, kind of matching the bit crush sound of the song. It slams you down right away. There's probably going to be a pad here to boost you up. I've decided to go for a blue pad because I feel like they don't get enough love in ship sections. Let me just make sure you're stabilized there so you can't just skip it. And to stop you holding there, I'm going to put some spikes right here. You got to wait until the circle at least before you press. That's how I'm going to indicate it. This is going to be a big change of pace for me because I never really work with high speed like this. So there's a gravity portal there. There's a small bit of waiting. Then you've got to hold again in order to hit this slope and get shoved up into this area. Recently I've gotten addicted to these blue pad slabs. So basically what happens when you hit one of these is that you go straight through the block and your gravity changes all the way up like that. 2 fast inputs and then another gravity switcher. So these are different, although they're very similar, because this one you hit the orb after and this one you hit the orb before. So it creates that familiar feel in the gameplay while also being varied. More straight fly and then another slope that you have to hold at. Let's put some spikes at the top of here, and I'll probably put a drop to end the level because it's going to be about 8 seconds long. That's about enough if it's going to be a glitchy style, judging by the song sound. There we go. Then there's a nice smooth jumping ending that reuses that blue pad thing for the 3rd time. Let me see. Just need to make sure all the structures are visible. Nothing goes off at all. Yeah, you can clearly see everything. I really like that. It doesn't go up or down too much. The fact that it stays in a straight line most of the time, you can see it's in between those guidelines from the very beginning, is going to make it pretty easy to decorate, even though there's like different modes and stuff, which is normally a nightmare. I'm going to underlay some stripy invisible decoration on the bottoms of these blocks. Probably arrange it in like a stick formation up at the top. I like it when structures are different on the top and bottom of the screen, so I might as well feed into that. I'll do my classic strip decoration, which is only going to be handy once I put in a block transition, but that shouldn't take long. I'm going to choose this one. I don't know, I pick them by random every time, but it should look pretty nice. There we go. It looks a bit more chaotic now. I've given him a few ideas for where to place stuff. Obviously, it doesn't have to keep the basic look of those strips, but it's a nice template, I think. And that's 20 minutes. You're muted, by the way.
I may be stupid, bro. I placed like the last object.
Oh yeah, this song.
Yeah. it's a good
Nice.
song.
I like the flow of yours. It feels very open. Oh, you graced me with the alpha triggers already. Thank you so much. 17 seconds. This might be the 2nd longest level ever.
I am ready.
Good luck. 3,
Likewise.
2, 1. Let's go. I'm picturing a pink with this gradient background. Let me get my colors set just right with the sliders you can get by pressing the plus next to the background text. I know it's a coincidence that it's using my player colors for the arrows, but I do like how that orange kind of goes with the pink. So I'm probably going to try and make something out of that. Probably going to go with some dark gray objects. Again, I'm going to keep using the slider until I find the exact color that I like. Okay. So I like the idea of overlaying these orange blocks on top of the object, kind of skewed like that, so it's just over the edge. And we're going to start giving groups to these objects, starting with 3, working our way along in a snake-like pattern. So it's going from left to right, then down, right to left. We're going to start moving these -5 on the X and 5 on the Y in a staircase, like we've done on this series before, just group by group. We'll probably decrease the move time so we can make it move more frequently. Once they end, they will be going back the other way, but double, so 10 and -10. You'll notice that for these structures, I'm keeping in the white outlines, and that's because I think a design lining the top of these blocks is going to be a good idea. -10 and 10. And these are the two triggers that we're going to copy. So I'm going to move them out the way. And then we will start going crazy with these. I need to start making the colors work together a bit more smoothly. So we're going to change the background color to a lighter version of itself. Color channel 2 can probably go brighter than itself with a hue change. We're going to try out -50. If not, we'll go for +50. There we go. I like that change to red. It's not very often in this series that I get my colors in check immediately. Just tweaking the colors on this blending strip. There we go. That looks about right to me. This can go T2, not quite T3 in case I want stuff over the top. And you can see what it's doing to the color. It's kind of filtering it. If I could actually copy paste it properly, that would be really nice. I've incorporated this screen into the pulses you can see right here. So you can see that these objects are kind of wiggling as we go past them. We need to fill in a couple of gaps here and there, but I think they look pretty smooth as they are. We can probably feed clusters of background blending invisible blocks behind all of these objects. So just like that, they're on B4. They're going to transition on and off of the screen. They don't need groups or anything. I think that looks pretty neat. It gives it some brightness behind the blocks, but not all of the time. So it doesn't really cluster the level too much. I'm going to remove Dom's no transition trigger and put a downward moving one. And we can always change this at the robot to go the other way. I think it's going to be very easy to add more decoration using those moving objects. So I'm looking forward to decorating this one next time. I didn't even change the ground color. Hold on. Let me do that quickly before I give it to Dom. That is 20 minutes.
There were so many layering issues that I had to go through.
I tried something different with mine.
Yeah, I guess you could say that about mine too.
I'm dying to the slope. Okay, I found the way out. Yeah, that's really cool, actually. I love how glowy those slopes are.
Yours is really cool as well. I really like the other funk type blocks.
Damn, you just scaled up a bunch of object triggers, I see. Round 3 of 6. Good luck. Alright, I'm going to copy the values of the glow that Dom has placed, and then I can copy the value of the slope and use that for a block right there. And then on a new editor layer 4, hopefully this is untouched. Yep. I can probably just start putting blocks at the top and bottom that kind of connect some of these structures to the ground. This might have to be B4 though, just so it goes behind everything else. So this is weird. I was dying to this block and I don't really know why. And I don't want to get rid of this object. So what I'm going to do is copy the values of the object line next to it and then make a fake line. So it looks normal, but it shouldn't kill me now. What? I don't get it. How does that happen? Maybe it's these. Okay, I've made a makeshift fix because I need to actually make some more design. All I've done is just copy Dominus's glow. So there we have some black glow that I'm just going to put at the bottom of the level. Then on the inside of this, on the next layer up, I'm probably going to add some black blending glow. I don't know what's free. What's free? 13 and 14, good lord. Has to be a full Z layer above because it's blending, giving this a new group 2. 2 can pulse for 0.05 and 0.2, something very short like the other pulses in the level. We shall make this a light blue. So now you'll see how that glow's working at the bottom. And I'm probably just going to end up making little clusters of these. There are 3 of the black objects down there. Each center has a different group. So what I'm going to do is take all of these pulse triggers, delay them by 2 blocks each time for each group. So just like that. So these clusters are going to pulse around like that. Okay. Now a concern I have is the opacity of this black glow. We're going to have to make a new group 5 that goes to half opacity right there. So I'm just copy pasting these, flipping them, rotating them, however I see fit. And I've put myself in a really nice position because I can reuse these groups to make some spikes or anything really. It starts on 2. That's going to be that spike right there. Then there's going to be a pulsing version, which is going to be on full scale just to make it a bit more ridiculous. Then honestly, just a random object for group 4. Now this is all blending detail. We can afford to just select the whole thing and put it on B4, not worry about the individual Z orders. I've got 3 spikes, reusing those pulsing groups once again. Some black glow to make them stand out a bit more. And then I'll probably put some invisible spikes on the ground. I'm going to do the scaling thing again just so I can assert my dominance. I keep telling you guys, invisible blocks are so underrated. This is the end of round 3. This is looking smooth already. I can't believe this is only round 3. Like, there's still an hour left to create all this. Will he remember to unmute? He did! Yes!
I did, dude. I was preparing for this. I was like, bro, time's probably running out. I can't forget to unmute again. This was basically the air deco session for me.
Oh, it's glowy. Yes, I like that. The arrows carry. Oof. Why does it say oof? I
Because
didn't
the
die.
song says oof.
Why? You really just did the whole robot. This is round 4 of 6. Let's go. So I really like the glow that Dom has put on the insides of these blocks. So I might put a temporary pulsing block in there. This can be added to group 27. We'll put a pulse trigger pretty high up, just to white, like that. Now we're going to be using something called Build Helper, which will automatically give all of this a new group. So I can just constantly copy paste, add to Build Helper, and it will do the group work for me. For this corridor, I'm only copy pasting the bottom because it's going to be very easy to just take what's there and put it on the top and save a bunch of groups that way. You'll see what I mean. So I can take all of these objects and just put them straight up there, and we still have that effect there. We could honestly reverse that if we want to be cool with it. Now that I've got all my pulses set up, I am going to move them a couple of blocks forward so the effect is more prominent. Since there's more space in front of the cube, we want more of the effect to be in front so it's on screen for longer and not just like brushed off to the side. There we go. Whoa, it's editing Wulzy. I got my commentary all muddled up here when I was changing colors and groups, so I'm voicing it over. Basically, I added a 25% opacity black background that uses the same moving groups as the orange blocks to create more depth. Then when I come to make a pillar, I'm going to copy paste it, flip it upside down, so that effect kind of meets up in the middle, and then I can copy paste this upwards again. Oh, but we do need a 93 group, so we can move it towards the player. 800, I think that's reasonable in 15 seconds. So that's making a link between a background and the foreground object. Albeit, the background's very subtle, but that's exactly how I like it. This is looking insanely smooth so far. Alright, I found a solution for these saws, which is to add a pulsing circle in the center with some glow around it, so it looks similar to the boxes that line the tops of these objects. Just remember that it needs to be 4 blocks to the left. That's 20 minutes again.
Yeah, bro. This one's actually turning out pretty nice.
Oh, the saws. Wait, that was nuts. Hold on. Reload it. Reload it. Damn.
Thanks.
Oh my god. This one is insane. Nice. Okay. And it fades to black. Oh, I have no idea. You've like smashed this out the park.
I wasn't really sure what to do either last minute, so I was just like playtesting over and over.
Also, this might be the first ever level swap with an actual font that's not font 1. Best of luck. Let's go. There's a lot of dark objects in this. I kind of want to switch that up with a very short pulse to white on the beats of the song. Right here. Okay. Color channel 2 is black, not 1. We're going to say a 0.2 fade out, and it's going to go to white. Let me see how that looks. So it's just a short flash to white. There we go. That's smooth in my opinion. And we can probably make use of that with some other detail. If I select a couple of these invisible lines and extend them down to the bottom on that color channel 2 maybe, we're going to set this to a new editor layer way off in the distance just in case this doesn't go to plan. We're going to keep that to the bottom half of the level. I feel like it's going to be weird if it's on both sides. Let me just peep at that real quick. Yeah, it's barely noticeable, but I like it. I mentioned earlier about the font. I want to see if I can make some decoration out of this. I want it on that black space, if anywhere. So inside these spikes, I can fit one of these little jagged ones on the inside using the pulsing group 4. I'm going to add a pulse for the background. That's going to be a 1 second fade in to black, leading up to this pulse trigger for the objects. I can probably fade it out 0.05 as well. I don't really have many ideas left for how this is going to work, so that's all I can really think of. It just kind of builds some tension. It's an 8-second level though. We really don't need tension, but whatever. I'll just add those invisible spikes to the following ship part, and then we should be done with this. Hold on, I just noticed that there's a saw there that does not have any design. Uh-oh. That is 20 minutes.
Dude.
Ooh, okay, that's nuts. I like that a lot. And I noticed the big pulsing circles there.
Oh, I like how you use the text to complement the block design. That's neat.
This is the last slot. Good luck. All right. I'll just put some text here. We'll change it to the elegant one because there's like loads of flowers. Yeah, here we go. I need to continue these blocks along the floor of the wave. I think the wave's going to be my main focus because the saws aren't actually designed. He actually popped off with the flowers though. I was not expecting that. Now I can probably add something to the saws to kind of bounce off of the flowers in the foreground. So let's say if I use these flowers and I scaled it up, how much do I have? Not much at all. I think we should make our own. Let me just put together some ovals using some mini blocks. That looks pretty good. All I did was just rotate these on their side, and I can put a bright yellow pulsing object in the middle just like Wulzy. I mean, adult pulse, but orange and yellow. There we go. We have our flower. I do this every time it feels like, but it's just classic. We got to select all the objects. Group 123 is the next phrase somehow. We're going to set that all to invisible, and at the same time, there's going to be a background pulse on point 1 and 1 just to white like that. So, boom, all gone. And we can have a background trigger as well. Maybe just the frame after that happens that can go to black. We could very easily just underlay some black pulsing circles that just connect to the floor and the ceiling. So I can just copy a bunch of these around and make like a little template for myself. It works. Honestly, I was not expecting that, but it works. That is incredible. All you gotta do is spam objects. I am almost completely out of energy, but I will keep going. I think everyone can agree that Dominus has had an absolutely stunning performance on this video. God damn. These saws are just on the object line. I think on a 2 and 2 pulse, which I think we've done quite a lot in this episode, I'm gonna change them to black, maybe? Maybe not on a 2 and 2, maybe a 1 and 1, just because it's a bit much. It's cool. I mean, it doesn't really do a whole lot because the whole thing's getting uplifted by the blending screen above. What color channel did I use for this? 2. Allow me to add a pulse trigger that swaps its color by hue 180 and a little bit of brightness. Wow. There must be another pulse trigger here somewhere. Yeah, there is. There's one up here. So I placed a pulse trigger in front of a pulse trigger. So the second one cancels the first. And I've accidentally made like a little skipping thing right there. That's awesome. That's 20 minutes. And the end of level swap with Dominus.
I just finished placing the last object again.
Nice. I don't know how you always find so much to do. Dominos 6. Here it is. The final version of Dominos. I see what effect you're talking about. Oh my god. Yo. I like that a lot. A lot of what I did was just completely like bouncing off what you'd made. Even like the text effect on this block design is just because I saw that you were using a different font and I was like, oh, good idea. That was awesome. Probably turned out as one of the best level swaps we've ever had. Dominus is very talented. Go check out his YouTube and his Newgrounds. He makes music too. He does everything. What a beast.
I tried.
I don't really have much else to say apart from thank you for being here. And thank you for watching, everyone. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.